afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Hartford, the county seat of Hertfordshire. And absolutely love this town. The architecture is, in my view, magnificent, and I'm just going to show you a few of the highlights today. First of all, have a look at that, and beautiful church spire up there with a nice touch of blue sky. Let's have a look at some of the details of Hartford. It's February the 25th, I think. Had to think about that for the moment. 2021. It's a Wednesday anyway, at least. And all across Hartford you've got these Hartford Town Council plaques, and this one is from Annie Shepherd Swan, Mrs. Burnett Swan, 1859 to 1943, novelist. And have a look there at the St Andrew Church here in Hartford. And what we have on my right here is, to me, the pièce de résistance, this absolutely magnificent timber framed piece of work here. Absolutely fantastic. Look at the roof there, and we'll cross over the road to get a good look at that. And there's a attractive detail there, and it is the old Verger's house, built circa 1450, the oldest surviving domestic building in Hartford. And that's another plaque from the Hartford Civic Society, and there you go. St Nicholas Hall, circa 1450, restored 1970. And as you can see at the moment, it's just a modern art gallery, which of course is closed, but the building is quite splendid. And just look at the beams there, the woodwork, that's absolutely magnificent. And then it's adjoining Nicholas Hall here, and there's another black and white. Not sure if this is mock Tudor on a more modern frontage, but just perhaps, well, it's the oldest building, and certainly my favourite in Hartford, but the town itself is just a superb mix of various architectural styles. I mean, that's clearly Georgian, and we'll just cross over again and have another final look there. I mean, just absolutely beautiful there. And the church again there. So where I am now is walking into the main town centre of Hartford, and just show you over there. I mean, look at the roof work on that. All the buildings are just beautiful period pieces. And you've got another plaque here, Yeomanry House, built circa 1725, is considered to be one of Hartford's finest houses. It's been used by the army since circa 1910, and we really need to check that out from the other side. So just have a look at that. I mean, the detail is pretty nice on that, from 1725. So what I'll do in this walking tour through Hertford town centre is try to find you some more of those blue plaques identifying buildings of note. But for me, being a big roof fan, these sort of details up there are of interest. The red tile work on there, quite special in my opinion. And there you've got an old pub, Old Cross Tavern, which of course is closed. And there's a bit of men's fashion there, quite a nice sports jacket. Harry Joseph Tailoring. And you've got a antique shop here. What have they got? I used to, well, off and on collect Toby jugs, if any of you know those. And these kind of antique shops, you can pick them up. Looks like, is it John Dryden? Not too sure. Yeah, just some interesting stuff there. Yeah, all across English towns and villages, you'll find these antique shops, which are treasure troves. Really, there's always good bits and pieces to be found, and it says a circa 15th century house with 17th and 19th century alterations. So that's pretty special, and some decent glassware there, decanters, etc. And what I need to do is show you the view from the other side. So again, this white sort of plaster work, paintwork there over the earlier finish, and you can see the roofs there, the red, again these tiling roofs, just yeah, personal favourite of mine. Tried to cross the road a bit too incautiously there. Hello doggies, rather cute. like those, beautiful. Are they all siblings then, or something?
Yeah, mother and two daughters.
Oh, okay. Hello there. Yeah, gorgeous. Thanks for that. Yeah, cheers. And Hertford is famous for the Mcmullen and Sons Brewery. And just showing you, this is the part of the old factory, and you can see they're established 1827. And so we're going to take a look at that. If I can cross, it's always busy in Hertford town centre. over I go. So yeah, this part of Hartford heavily referencing the Mcmullen Brewery, and you can see there's premises there which is part of it, and the main business is just up here. And yet another blue plaque. This chapel, formerly a music room, all that remains is a substantial mansion, Cowbridge House, demolished in 1869. Ah, yeah, let's check out this. So here you have the brewery shop, which is open, and there's the Hartford Brewery, Mcmullen, independent Hertfordshire brewer since 1827. So on my way back this evening, I'll have to pick up some of the beers. I am a big fan, and just look at these details here, these green pillars here, just decent bit of paintwork on this place of heritage. And there you go, there's the place there. So I'll remind myself to pick up some beer on the way back. And there you go, there's the part of the brewery there, the Hartford Brewer, and you've got a decent clock face, and just admiring the old factory here, or the facilities connected to the making of beer. And then there's a decent detail here, Ekins & Co Limited, building contractors. A nice font there. And then this brick wall here, all part of the premises, the Mcmullen factory. And this is the loading bay, and show you just a bit of that. And wow, look at those wooden ceilings. That is pretty nice. So there's a lot going on in Hartford regarding the Mcmullen's Brewery. The Hartford Brewery, and just showing you again through there. Right, let's go back into the town and search for some more architectural gems, particularly those blue plaques and those tiled roofs. I can certainly say that spring is here now. The temperature's about 13 Celsius, 55 Fahrenheit, so in the sun here it's very pleasant. Let's hope the winter's done with now. And showing you just a bit more of the back of the facilities here. And here we go. Mcmullen's Brewery, sited here 1891 to 2004. So it is, well, the business name continues, but the older facility here, this factory, no longer in use now. Okay, so let's check out some more of the town centre.
That's right.
And then this here is, I think the office is connected to the company, just there. And you've got the old barrels here, and the different types of brews here from the Hartford Brewery. So, yeah, do like bit of that. I think after the recording I'll buy a couple of bottles to take home with me. And this is obviously a water feature of some kind. There's no information there. This is interesting. This is a memorial to the South African War, also called the Boer War, 1899 to 1902, and it says, in recognition of the loyalty of the Hartford men who volunteered and were accepted for active service in South Africa. So that's a bit of Victoriana for you, listing some of the names involved in that conflict. And you can see a little detail there, W. Andrews, Hartford, maker of that stone. And what have we got here? Hartford Public Library occupied this building 1889 to 2011, designed by Sir Reginald Bloomfield. And more history here. The oak tree behind me was planted to commemorate the Diamond Jubilee of Her Most Gracious Majesty Queen Victoria by the Right Honourable Sir George Fordell Phillips Bart, Lord Mayor of London, on Saturday the 17th day of July 1897. And you can see a former mayor of Hartford had the surname Mcmullen, so tying in the family very much to the town's history. There's your classic British telephone box, and around here we've just got this detail there, Old Library Lane, and more attractive buildings spanning different periods. So it's all pretty attractive as far as I'm concerned. There's just buildings from various periods and in different styles. And there's your red pillar box. And Hartford, of course, a town built on the Lee River. So there's the river here, and you can see just some of the details of the riverside wharfs or various houses might have been used to unload produce in the past. And in fact, there you can see a bit more clearly the back of the Mcmullen Hartford Brewery operation there. In fact, I've got to zoom up on that sign there. That's pretty special. that's your Hartford Bridge and Lee River. And here we have a statue of the Reverend Samuel Stone, who was born in Hartford in 1602, and he was the co-founder of Hartford, Connecticut, USA. So anyone knows Hartford, Connecticut, this is your founder, coming from the town of Hartford in England. So that's bit of interesting history there. And showing you how this town is very much connected to the River Lee, the malt houses, the various former factories, etc. And a nice water detail just on there. And just some very pleasant riverside houses there, with the terraces and so all in all, just a pretty pleasant scene here, and there's a nice stone feature just there. Right, let's have a look for some more older houses in Hartford Centre. And great detail there. A. Mcmullen and Co. Limited, the mill bridge rooms. And there you've got seed merchants. So all just pretty interesting details really. And then up there, green doors there. And here's the Hartford Town and Tourist Information Centre, which is closed, but there's a Hertfordshire Heritage Trail, so you do need to take one of those. And this is the main high street with, again, some more interesting bits and pieces. And just look at the character here. Look at the just the walls here. They're just sort of twisted, really. And a more recent building next to it. Just pretty nice. And this is the marketplace, and you can see the fine architecture. And this fantastic pub here, the Salisbury Arms Hotel, and there's a date up there. It looks like 1570, so be surprised. Well, I mean, I can see that it is from that date, but obviously the plasterwork's much more recent there, and that's rather attractive. And then this is Church Street. And showing you there is another church up there. We passed one at the beginning next to the old Burgess house. That was St Andrew's Church, and that's a different one just there. So I'd say there's a lot going on there, a lot of fantastic architecture, and then just spotted this on the back here. And I'll zoom you up on that. That is pretty fine. And the detail here. This house was known as the Bell prior to 1800, and it's now the Salisbury Arms Hotel. But just look at the details up there on that plasterwork. That is quite impressive. Just running all along the top there. And then you've got the tiling at the top and those little windows. Red plaque this time, Shire Hall, designed by James Adams, built 1769 to 1771. And on the left here is an absolutely stunning piece here, the Corn Exchange and Public Hall. So that's extremely special in my book. There you go, the Corn Exchange and Public Hall. And you have to zoom you up some details there. You can see the face or head in the middle and some details around that. Corn Exchange and Public Hall. And there's your bit of history there. The Corn Exchange opened in 1859 on the site of the county jail, which was here 1702 to 1770.
Thank you for the information.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I think I probably need to return to Hartford to do a part 2, because I can see there's just interesting architecture on all sides here. I mean, look at this beautiful lemon coloured work there on the plaster. It's just all so attractive, really. And then this beautiful blue frontage there. here, Lord Haig, of course, a figure from the First World War. And just swinging it round here, you can see the sort of malt house design on that roofing there, sort of typical of buildings connected to the malting industry. Making of beer, that is. And you've got there a Quaker meeting house, and it's quite an attractive building in itself. Looks like there's a heritage plaque there, but gate is shut. So it says this Grade 1 listed building is the oldest Quaker meeting house built for the purpose. So 1670, the Religious Society of Friends, also known as the Quakers. So a bit of religious history there. And then there's a great detail over here. Look at that, the old-fashioned sign, Mcmullen's 1827, and the White Hart, Hartford, circa 17th century. So just a bit more of the fantastic history here. So that's going to be it, I think. We've definitely gone past the 30-minute mark, so just leaves me to say thank you for watching. You've been watching Kent Davidson Urban / Rural Adventures, and I will see you again very soon with another video. So thanks again, bye for now.